What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. It's Joanna here, founder and CEO of Topo, and today we are continuing our series of the best training shoes for those fall 2023 marathons, and I've knocked out a lot of those major brands. We got Asics, Saucony, Ultra, and today I wanted to put together a video on some of those best shoes from challenger brands, which we might not immediately consider when we're doing our shoe shopping, but there's a lot of competitive brands on the market that aren't on the top of those buyers lists all the time. So in this video, I'm gonna dive into some of the best options from those overlooked brands to give you some new shoes for your rotation. Let's get into it. So first up, we got the Daily Trainer. Now, the best daily trainer out there from challenger brands today is this beautiful Tracksmith Eliot runner. Now, this is a shoe that's taken me about 120 to 150 miles on foot to truly love, but it just keeps getting better with time. It has this full-length bed of standard P-backs, and when you hear P-backs, you think it's gonna be super soft, squishy, and bouncy, and it's not. And I think that's a lot of the reason why it took me so long to warm up to this shoe, because it doesn't have that feel like that Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 has, or that Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. It has more of that workhorse daily trainer type of feel that you might get from a Saucony Ride or an Audi Zero SL. But the difference is with that standard P-backs in the midsole, and then inside here there's a super critical P-backs insole, it's gonna give you a nice modern snappy feel when you pick up the pace, and these materials really mold to my foot. Now the upper is absolutely beautiful, the lockdown is dialed in, and another reason it makes a great daily trainer is look at this outsole rubber coverage. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a heavy scuffer, so I put a lot of wear on the back of these shoes here, and the Tracksmith Eliot runner, I have another pair that is not as brand new as this. I've never worn this one, but my other pair has held up really well to 150 miles. There's barely any wear on that lateral back area. So, very versatile shoe. I've also taken mine to New York City multiple times. I've taken it down to Austin multiple times, and it's held up really well. One of the best value shoes, yes, I will say it, for $200, because that $60 premium that you're gonna be paying over something like the Saucony Ride is given to you back in all the uses you can have for those casual day-to-day lifestyle wear moments. Alright guys, next up we got that Speedwork shoe that's gonna be great for interval training, and the one I want to highlight here is that Topo Athletic Cyclone 2. Now this is another shoe with that full-length midsole of PIBA. You might be seeing a trend here at the top of this list, and this PIBA is gonna be more similar to what we do see in that Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 and Pro 3 with that Saucony Power Run PB compound. It has a nice bouncy feel. It's a really lightweight shoe, and because it's Topo and they're dedicated to making those wider platforms, it's gonna give you a nice roomy toe box and be really comfortable on foot. This is probably one of the most overlooked, underrated brands on the market today. They are putting out some heat and they are more competitive in the trail space, but we're seeing some great innovation from Topo for the roads, and the Cyclone 2 is a great one to consider for any of that traditional marathon training speed work you might be doing, those 6x800s. I also think you could get away with this for those longer strength style workouts that you might have in the Hanson's plans, like the 2x3 miles or the 3x2 miles, and it would also be great for any marathon repeat or tempo effort workouts. Alright guys, next up we got that Skechers GoRun Max Road 6. Yes, I said Skechers, and yes, put some respect on that Skechers name. Fun fact, Skechers was the first to market with supercritical foam, so they've been pumping out some great high quality innovations in the running tech space for a while now. They're just overlooked because they don't put the most money around marketing and around design. Frankly, a lot of that money is going into development, and they have this spray and pray technology with their whole product suite where they're just dropping shoes left and right. It's even hard for me to understand on their website what's a running shoe, what's not a running shoe. So Skechers, you got a lot to work on. Here with the Max Road 6 though, we got a great max cushion trainer in the same vein as something like the Saucony Triumph or the Asics Gel Nimbus 25, but it's coming in at $30 cheaper than those shoes at $130. Now this has got a prominent rocker, it's got a nice bouncy feel, and it's gonna be one of the best options out there for those recovery days days when you just want to plod along. And the other great thing about this shoe though is that foam can be quite energetic and bouncy when you want to pick up the pace. So while I don't anticipate you're going to be doing any 400 repeats in this, if you do have any strides in your workout or you want to pick it up to do a fast finish run, this should be a good option to hit that marathon pace to steady pace range. Alright guys, next up we got the long run shoe, and this is coming from a brand that I do not talk about enough on this channel that I want to spotlight a bit more, and that is Atreyu. Atreyu is an Austin, Texas based running brand, and their mission is to honor simplicity. They do that by producing these really high quality, simple running shoes at an attractive price point. So I'm gonna give you two options for the long run here. I'm gonna give you a non-plated option, which is the Atreyu Daily Trainer, and then a plated option, which is the Artist. So if we take a look at the Daily Trainer, this has got a super critical EVA midsole. It's similar to what that Hoka Pro Fly Plus is that we see in the Mach 5 and the Tecton, and it's gonna give you a nice bouncy feel. And this Daily Trainer also has a really solid covering of outsole rubber. So if you want something that's gonna be durable, if you have some off-road areas in your long run, and if you live in an area where the climate isn't the best, you might want this one because it does have some great nubs around the outsole. Second, if you're doing long runs with sections of pace in it and you like running in plated shoes, go for that Atreyu Artist. This is the cheapest carbon fiber plated shoe on the market, at least that's available widely on the US market. I'm sure there's some Chinese brand that's pumping out $60 carbon fiber plated shoes, but I'm not personally buying any of those. So this Atreyu here has a full length carbon fiber plate. It's got that same super critical EVA that we see in the Daily Trainer, and it's got a nice thin cover of rubber on the outside. Now this is positioned by Atreyu as that race day shoe, but if you're watching this video on this channel, I'm sure you have a Vaporfly or Endorphin Pro 3 or something similar. But if you don't want to put as many miles on those shoes and conserve them for your fastest races, then picking up a shoe like the Artist is going to be great for those long runs, so it can handle some of that wear and tear of training, and you can save your most special shoes for your fastest races. Last, we got that race day shoe, and that is gonna be the Under Armour Velociti Flow Elite. Now, this is one of the most overlooked and underrated race day shoes on the market. This has a dual foam construction, so it's got a top layer of PIBA, a bottom layer of this super critical foam that Under Armour calls Flow, and then a carbon fiber plate in between. Now this is like that Hoka Mach 5 or that Saucony Pro, in that it doesn't have an outsole of rubber, but this Flow is a bit more durable than we see in that Saucony Power Run or that Hoka standard EVA, and it has been rubberized and gone through a process to make it more durable. So I think you can get some more miles out of this. The feel underfoot is gonna be a bit firmer, a bit snappier, not as bouncy and cushioned as the Vaporfly or the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3, but it is gonna be great for building strength. It's gonna be great for efficient runners, and if you're targeting a sub 3 hour marathon, a sub 250, sub 240, I think this is gonna be an awesome option for you. All right guys, there you have it. Those are the best marathon training shoes from challenger brands. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of them, what you think, what other brands are out there that you think are overlooked. I know Salomon's putting out some heat for the roads. I know Kraft is putting out some heat for the roads. So maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video with some of those other trail-oriented brands that are coming out with some great stuff for the roads. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll make sure to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest in the world of performance running.